Hello everyone, I'm Yvonne and I want to welcome you back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. I want to thank you for tuning in today, and a very special thanks to you for patronizing my first video. For all those who liked and subscribed, I want to express my profound gratitude. You are special because you were the first. Keep liking and supporting your girl. More delicious and easy recipes are coming your way. So on the menu today, we have pan-grilled tilapia. We made this the other day with kenke and chofi. Those recipes are coming shortly. I promise you this tilapia will be the tastiest, moistest and easiest tilapia you will ever eat or make. I can't wait to show you how. So let's get started. Alright, so we're going to clean our fish, our 3 itty bitty fish which we got from the store. I go ahead and clean all the fins and everything. They come gutted, but sometimes they're not so clean. And please clean the mouth. Oh, my mom's pet peeve. If she sees the mouth of a fish, something happens to her. So clean it so it looks nice and pretty, okay? And this tough part, I go ahead and I use my cleaver to just give it a whack, and I clean all the corners where sometimes the scales tend to not be cleaned properly. I think I'm getting everything. The paring knife I find to be the best knife to use for doing this job, okay? And then I just clean the rest of the fish. The 3 fishes, I put them all in the trash bag, wrap them up, which I learned from Rachel Ray 20 years ago. It's so convenient. I recommend you do that. Thank you, Rachel. So I go ahead and I rinse everything out, rinse the fish and everything nicely. I already rolled my lemon on the board so it's nice and juicy. I take it and I clean all of the fish thoroughly. Now the lemon really freshens and cleans the fish, and also it enhances the natural sweetness of the fish. Fish and lemon go so well together. So if you don't have lemon, definitely you can use lime. But I've always used lemon. My mom always used lemon, and this is the way I'll start to clean fish. I'll set it on here to dry. We'll get to the veggies. So here I have my red onion. I think it's a large, medium to large. I have a small or medium orange bell pepper, a bunch of scallion. I got 3 dried herbs, a teaspoon each basil, rosemary and thyme, and 1 Maggi tablet, shrimp tablet. I got olive oil. I think it's extra virgin olive oil. And then I have my 3 pieces of fish. And this is the way to cut the fish. Make sure your knife is super sharp. I always do that. If you don't do it, you will bruise the fish. Fish is very delicate. Your knife has to be sharp. So at a 90-degree angle, look at that. Look at what I'm doing. Then I slant it to a 45 degrees. Okay, we are going to slant the fish. We are cutting at an angle, at a 45-degree angle. If your knife is super sharp, you just have to make 1 slash, 1 incision. If it's not so sharp, you'll have to go back and forth. And it's about an inch width, okay? This is a small fish, so I only need to make 2 incisions. If your fish is large, you may have to make maybe 3 or 4, and you do the same to the other side. And cutting it at this angle will really help your marinade really absorb. And all those spices go in the blender. Like I said, we already have begun. We did this before the cameras went up. And I have salt and pepper and garlic and ginger. And I add my chicken bouillon and 1/8 teaspoon of accent. All goes in here, okay? And we blend everything. I have about 6 tablespoons of olive oil. We're going to blend all this, and now we're going to marinate our fish. Get the marinade into all the nooks and crannies. This is so tasty. It is super, super tasty. Get them into the incisions, into the gut, the neck, just get it in there, okay? And because we slice at an angle, this is going to hold for a long time. Let it sit for about 10 minutes. You don't need it to do it any longer. Well, depend on the size of the fish. So to my electric skillet, non-stick, it must be non-stick. I drizzle about a couple tablespoons of olive oil and I arrange my fish. Now the temperature I've set it at is at the highest, which is 450 degrees on my skillet. It must be set at a very high, screaming hot temperature. The reason being that we are trying to sear the fish. Searing it will just trap all the juices in the fish. That's your secret right there to getting succulent fish and meat as well if you're making meat. Set it aside. We're done with this. We set it aside and we work on our veggies. And over here, I slice my red onions. I like them thick because I'm going to cook them and they wilt down when you cook. So we want to maintain a texture when it's done. So I cut them thick, and then I go to my scallions and I slice at an angle, green and white. I'm using both parts, both slicing at an angle. It just kind of looks prettier, I think. Okay, so you know, you don't have to do that, but I do. I take a look at my fish. Is it ready? Yeah, you see how it's sliding and gliding through the pan very easily? Oh yeah, you need that. And using the aid of another spatula, I flip, and look at that caramelization. Perfect. This is what we're going for. We're going to sear the other side another minute or so, and then we're going to cover. We need to cover. This is another secret to obtaining succulent fish. If you don't have a cover, you can totally use a foil just like that. That would work as well. Okay, but I have the cover, so I go ahead and do that, and I close the vent. If you don't have one, just use a foil, mold it, and plug a hole. Some of the covers come with a hole, just plug it, that would work. But I trap it. Now this creates like a pressure cooker environment, and that really traps the fish and makes it succulent. So the fish is done. Oh my God, I've just done what mom says do not do. Don't flip your fish twice. Oh, forgive me, mom. So, well, I did. So anyway, you have to sear it on one side well enough so you don't flip your fish twice, okay? Now the fish is ready. I take him out. This is cooked for just about 6 minutes or so. Fish is ready, and now we just go straight to the veggies. I start with my onions, my green onions, and the peppers just go right behind the other. I'm just softening this up. We are not overcooking this at all. Get all the marinade in there. We are using the excess marinade. We are not going to do any extra seasoning. Scoop everything out of the mixing bowl. It's so well tasty and seasoned. You don't need any extra seasoning. This is it. Scoop everything out of the blender, all the excess, no waste. Okay, this is perfect seasoning. It seasoned the vegetables so perfectly, and all we're doing here is just softening it up. That's it. For like another minute or so, we go in with our scallions. Just a few seconds, we're done with this, and then we're just gonna go in and slice our coriander. I'm using coriander. You can totally use parsley, but we like coriander. Roots and all, okay? They are soft, they are tender. You can use them. Saute another minute or so. We are done. And we're going to scoop this over our fish just like that. Just like that. Now, I'm not a great garnisher like my mom was. She was like a stickler with these things. Everything had to be perfectly arranged, and I'm like, I just want to eat, okay? I'm hungry, mom. I just want to eat. But I do the best I can. So just get the veggies on there onto your fish. You see, I'm struggling a bit. All right, so here is our finished product. I just topped it with some cherry tomatoes. I got 3 assorted peppers, and I just scoop a piece of fish and got all the veggies on the plate here. I've got a piece of chofi recipe coming up, my assorted pepper sauce recipe coming up also, and just traditional red pepper and shito, which is right there, the black pepper, Ghana black pepper sauce recipe coming up. We ate this with kenke, which made yesterday, recipe coming up, all done, and they're coming up shortly. Look at that kenke. This is the best kenke you'll see, and it's chan. This was from yesterday. Somebody tell me, how do you say chan in English? All right, now look at that fish. Succulent, just juicy, like we cooked it in the ocean. Yummy, flavorful, succulent, just juicy, the absolute best. Oh, this is so good. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you so much for joining me today. My mom said don't talk while you eat, so I must leave you and go finish my food. Please try my recipe. Promise me you would. Until next time, stay blessed and happy cooking. Bye-bye.